So here's what it looks like near the end. Dirt's piled up in the middle from finishing digging out the trench around the side. I kind of walk around and kind of just step on these clogs a little bit just to break them up. Kind of breaks them up and fills in just a little bit and leaves those gaps though in there. And fills in those gaps a little bit. Also kind of evens it out just a little bit so the water kind of drains down mostly from the center into the trench. And then the ultimate goal is to actually kind of connect these trenches so they actually drain this whole area, and so the water kind of flows freely. Maybe dig a few little pools so that it stops in some points where it may be a little drier, but the water can get through these wetter parts and kind of clear on out and hold it in the drier parts. So kind of evening out that distribution, and so that nothing's too wet or too dry. And yep, sometimes you find a rock. And my plan is to actually go in and add rocks kind of throughout, maybe into some of those pockets, and leaving some open, maybe just sitting some on top of them, leaving the bottom open for frogs and lizards to hide under, eat some insects as this grows up. Also want to mulch this as quickly as possible. I'm probably going to just cut some quick branches for some weedy bushes and stuff, maybe trees that are mosquitoes, sorry. And that way you can mulch this as quick as possible so that the soil's not drying out, and keeping that healthy, rich soil. With it being in a wet area, it has a lot of, the soil is pretty rich, which is a good part. Makes it tough to grow on with it being wet in this area, but it's also nice that the soil is pretty rich and healthy. And so I just want to keep that soil healthy by mulching it, and so some other stuff will just start growing up here. I hadn't planted it with anything, with it being the end of the year, but it should be ready for the spring to plant. So I'm going to plant lots of vegetables and all that around here. Should really like the area, and line some rocks in there to create some additional habitat and hold some heat and cool in there also. So yep, I'll show you maybe if I finish it right now mulching. It's September, the end of September, and it's still low 90s today, so pretty hot. But we'll see how much. I'd like to get a mulch layer on this now so that's locking in that moisture. But yep, I'll update that in just a minute.